Welcome to Smash Design Bits, a bite-sized series focused around character design and an abundance of ideas that are just waiting to be explored. From pushing the envelope of Smash's current mechanics, to designing brand new types of attacks, to even revising fighters already in the game, this series will cover it all, and more. For today's pilot episode, we're going to be looking at the ever-tricky signature attack of Pokemon's current Golden Child, and look at just how this sneaky magician will make your opponent's head spin, as nothing is more terrifying than a threat that you can't see coming. Let's design Meowscarada's Flower Trick! If you're a fan of Pokemon, chances are high that you're fairly familiar with Gen 9 stand-up performer, Meowscarada, the final evolution of the grass-type star Sprigatito, whose mastery over misdirection and sleight of hand tactics allow her to set up dangerous traps before her opponent even knows what's happening. While she carries the reputation of a devious and tricky magician, Meowscarada doesn't actually possess any magical abilities of her own, with her instead having to rely on her lightning-fast reflexes to misdirect her foes and set up damage, which is why she's rocking the stat balance of a quick physical attacker. Surely this is something that's easy to understand and people won't actually think that Meowscarada is a mage, right? Right? While these stats allow her to excel at a variety of roles in battle, Meowscarada is best known for her role as an offensive pivot that can outspeed many of her most terrifying threats and scare off some of her tier's primary dangers. But next to her speed, Meowscarada's scariest aspect is absolutely her signature attack, Flower Trick. Widely considered to be the most powerful signature attack amongst all-star Pokemon, Flower Trick is a destructive move that not only has a guaranteed chance to hit, but is also a guaranteed critical hit, which, when paired with Meowscarada's speed, and the fact that this move gets a stat bonus, this move can feel like the equivalent to smashing your opponent in the face with an ICBM. As this is Meowscarada's signature attack, it's pretty much a guarantee that this move would be a part of her moveset should Meowscarada ever get included in Smash Bros. But while that's the case, how it could be implemented is a point of contention. Some believe it should be a basic projectile. Some believe it should be an area control tool that will always drop in a set location, and some, frankly, don't have a goddamn clue what they're doing. I've also thrown my hand to this design challenge, as I created a moveset for Meowscarada early last year, and in turn, have already come up with my own unique take on Flower Trick. While I'm fairly happy with how said design came out, as it played into Meowscarada's nature as a master of misdirection quite well, I feel that it's definitely something that I can improve upon, and may truly be fitting of this Meowraculous magician. And it all stems from one word: uncertainty. For this design, Flower Trick will be designated the standard special, and at its core, this is a charge special that will have the player press the B button to have Meowscarada create a flower bomb in her paw, showing it off to the crowd that she uses her other paw to pump the bomb full of pollen. This act will cause the bomb to grow in size the longer the move is charged for, with the bomb then releasing a series of pink petals once it reaches full strength. At this point, Meowscarada will then wave her other paw over the bomb, causing it to disappear for a split second before popping in right behind her, with this signifying to both her player and her opponent that this bomb is ready for use at any point. This move's charge can be stored prematurely by holding shield, rolling, or pressing the B button again, but it should be noted that the latter option will lock the move's charge level until the next time the move is used. But wait a second, pressing the B button again simply stops the charge. If that's the case, how exactly are you expected to deal damage? Well, if we look at Meowscarada's Pokédex entry from Pokemon Violet, we might just have a hint. With skillful misdirection, it rigs foes with pollen-packed flower bombs. Meowscarada then sets off the bombs before its foes realize what's going on. You see, preparing the bomb is the simple part, but if you want to make use of its pollen-packed potential, you're going to need to strike your opponent when they least expect it, or, more fittingly, leave them fearing a trick that might not even be there. In simple terms, does she have a bomb? No, you have a bomb! Whenever Meowscarada deals damage with either her smash attacks, her grabs, or any of her other specials, the player will have the opportunity to hold down the B button in order to rig their opponent with the bomb they have stored, with the bomb itself taking a second and a half to show up on the rigged foe. Sounds straightforward, right? Charge your weapon, then use your other attacks to rig your opponents with said weapon. Well, it wouldn't be fair to a performer like Meowscarada if she couldn't leave her audience on the edge of their seats. You see, once Meowscarada performs any of these attacks with a loaded bomb, the bomb itself will disappear from view regardless if you choose to rig your opponent or not, with an icon appearing above her opponent's head in order to show that they might have just been handpicked to volunteer in her next trick. This icon will stay above her opponent's head until the bomb either reappears behind Meowscarada, or the bomb is shown attached to their chest, and this time frame before the outcome is what I like to call the draw. The suspenseful anticipation that leaves the audience biting their nails for the outcome, and this anticipation might just be a bit too much for some foes to take. Panicking is one of the quickest ways the Meowscarada player can make the most of their trickery, as panic leads to hasty decisions, and hasty decisions leads to lost stocks. Panic can lead to an overreaction to a bomb that's not even there, all before walking straight into a combo that does lead to being rigged, and ends with an explosive flash. While that's the case, however, this aspect of the draw isn't something that only your opponent needs to deal with, as Meowscarada's player might not be able to take the anticipation either. You are a master of trickery and deception, with a successive flower trick relying entirely on your ability to fool your opponent and leave them susceptible to your fantastic combo potential, and as a result, it's best to not make your intentions clear. If you choose to rig your opponent every time you charge a bomb, the chances of success will drastically decrease, as your opponent will be trained to expect the bomb every time and punish you for wasting your efforts. But if you pick and choose when to rig your opponent carefully, this mounting anxiety will eventually cause your opponent to crack, and in turn, leave them wide open to Flower Trick's full potential. You might not even need to use Flower Trick at all, as the fear of the explosion is more than enough to make people scared, so long as they don't see it coming. It's best to look at Flower Trick like that of a dance, an intricate show between two individuals that requires both of its participants to play their part in order for things to go off without a hitch. As you know what they say, it takes two to tango. Back to Flower Trick's explosive potential, this bomb will stick to its opponent like the Smash community sticks to references, with the opponent being unable to pass on this combustible carnation to other players, and being left to the fate of Meowscarada's potential. As once the B-button is pressed again, this explosive Edelweiss will detonate, and deal some fairly solid damage to the rigged opponent, along with any other foe that's unlucky enough to be nearby, with this move's damage and potential only growing the longer Flower Trick is charged for. This bomb can be cancelled into from any of Meowscarada's attacks as long as the bomb is active, allowing Meowscarada's player to use this move in pretty much any way they want. Opponent causing problems from a range and making approaching difficult, detonate the bomb the moment they use an offensive spell, destroy their offense and close the distance. In the middle of a combo, launch your opponent away, then use the bomb as a stylish stock closer. Getting stuck in a combo yourself? Activate the bomb the moment you're out of hit stun to either buy yourself some time or immediately put yourself in an advantage state. While this anywhere at any time design makes this one of Meowscarada's core offensive tools, it, of course, does have a couple of limitations to its design in order to keep it in check. First off, Flower Trick's bomb has a limited window of use once rigged and ready to go off, with the player having a total of 6 seconds to make use of it, and if they fail to do so, it will simply disappear and Meowscarada will need to charge the move all over again. Opponents are also capable of shortening this charge by harming Meowscarada, although any damage she takes before the bomb is rigged will not reduce the fuse timer. On top of this, Meowscarada's player will need to wait until an active draw time is done before they can potentially rig their opponent again, so don't think you can leave your opponent in a constant state of suspense. Flower Trick's unique attributes as an attack granted the potential to be just as strong a move in Smash as it is in the Pokemon series. And thanks to the wide array of ways it can either be applied, or mess with the habits of Meowscarada's opponents, it sports a very high skill ceiling that keeps it from being something anyone can pick up and master on their first try. Being a magician takes years of practice and dedication, so it's only fitting that the magician Pokemon's main attack would follow that same philosophy. I don't know if Meowscarada will ever get her chance to actually get into Smash, as I feel her fate is dependent on a lot of factors outside of her control. Will the next Smash be announced next year? Will Pokemon be breaking its 3-year tradition and allow Gen 9 to live on just a bit longer? If the answer to both of these questions are yes, then she's practically a guarantee, but even one of these factors going wrong could cut her chances in half. If she does get in, however, I'd love to see how the dev team translates this move themselves. But for now, this bit of Smash design is complete. If you like what you saw, be sure to like and comment. And to keep up to date on what's coming next, follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. You'll also be able to join on events, such as Cleared for Battle, where you can have your own movesets reviewed on the first Saturday of each month. But if you're interested in supporting the channel in other ways, becoming a channel member will provide you with a sneak peek of upcoming projects before they launch, as well as supporting my Patreon, which will allow you to vote for upcoming content and receive a variety of assets weeks before they become available to the public. That's all from me for now, so until the next time I see you, I've been Felicia Fan, and I hope that you have a good one.